Teachers in Albuquerque, New Mexico were shocked by how quickly a small outdoor presentation got out of control. Humanities instructor Dina Wheeler explained, "For a term project we allowed our honors 11th grade English class to commemorate the horrors of totalitarian censorship by burning some donated paperbacks in a charcoal barbecue. But before we knew it, students were digging through their bags to throw anything they could find into the fire. Garbage cans, art supplies, and an old school bus pushed the blaze to unimaginable heights. It only escalated from there. At its height, the fire was at least 40 yards in diameter, as seen by the scorch marks on the football field, and burned hot enough to melt the aluminum bleachers and twist the goalposts at both ends of the field." Quick-thinking librarian Eden Ponce was able to lock down the library before they lost too many books. "If we weren't more careful we could have lost most of the library." No wonder Alexandria lost theirs. When asked how she maintained a level head with students stripping the bookshelves, Eden replied, "My dad was a firefighter, so I had some training on not feeding a growing flame. I redirected the kids to the copy center while I locked and barred the library doors. Others were not so well prepared." Speaking of the events, 11th grader Hannah Townsend said, "It was a mess. I threw in my chemistry homework. Most of my friends lost textbooks. We think half the yearbook is gone. It was wild. Good thing I can print out my essays again." Straight A student Kathy Stewart echoed those statements, saying, "It was just so primal. I was sweating like crazy, but I felt connected to the other students in a way I never have in debate club or through mathletics. It was like everything I was in school disappeared and we could see each other as a writhing throng of vitality. Fashion didn't matter. Status didn't matter. It was borderline spiritual. I will never ever forget it." Pablo Ramirez James, an expert on prehistoric human rituals, is not surprised. "We are tribal beings at our core. When a fight starts, our natural reaction is not to run away. Our reaction instead is to form a human ring around the fighters and then yell for people to join in and watch. We have an even stronger reaction to fire, and for students who have never experienced flames in person it can be overwhelming." Explaining his experience during the mass hysteria, senior Rio McKnight said, "I cut my hand tearing apart my day planner trying to find more paper. I was bleeding everywhere. That's when I saw another student who was bleeding too from breaking a window. It was Steve Yates, the kid who was doing the original barbecue presentation. Before I saw him as kind of a nerd, but we gave each other a big high five and then we helped the football team flip the bus. Man, it was out there." Rio was treated on scene by paramedics and received 16 stitches. When asked if he thought Steve knew any of this might happen when he started the presentation, Rio replied, "I don't think so. He's not that kind of person. If anything, he just wanted to get people thinking." When asked if he thought of Steve differently after the fire, Rio replied, "Of course. He is my blood brother now." Steve Yates was unavailable for comment, but 11th grader Isabel Moody reports that she saw Steve kissing an English teacher and a PE teacher during the fire. Given the intensity of the situation these students and teachers found themselves in, the police think they handled the situation admirably. No charges have been filed.
This has been a DeNewSour update. Like and subscribe to support the revolution.